Now I can, I brought in my grand entrance. Hello, everybody. My name is Lasha, and welcome to High Voltage. Why is it called High Voltage? Well, it had to be called something, meaning our community needed a name. And as you can see right here, the hole in my knee. I've got a hole in my knee and I don't know why. I really do, but I'm a little shy. Lately I seem to be coming in on my own, and I won't let go of this crime that nobody talks about and nobody shows. I started this channel because of a medical malpractice, sitting in a wheelchair for an entire year. All the tears that came to my face and every activity I had to face was so difficult. So I started this channel because I wanted it to be the first. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have the phone like up because I am such a fabulous editor and I have so much good equipment that I can edit. I'm so sorry. I have to come a little closer. I hope I don't scare anybody because I don't have any filters. Here, just let me move that light all the way. Okay. Hello, Natasha Otis. Hello, Happy XXS. Hello, Cancer Archon. And Natasa. It's nice to meet you. It really is. Why I'm here today is I want to talk about the intent of YouTube channels and how to heal from trauma without really needing to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars. And oh, thank you, Cancer Archon. That's so kind of you. Here, you know what? I'll just hold the camera right here. So the live that I'm doing right now is basically about the fact of intent behind channels. So I live in the Niagara area in Ontario. I will take that compliment. I don't hear that often, and I'm not saying that. When people say things, they always want, because of the nature of my past and based on what I've learned, I always see through the lens that I have to justify what I say or people won't believe me. Does that make sense? Oh, Canada, glorious and free, but I don't want my government spying on me. However, I'm going to share something with you, but I'm pretty much an open book anyway. This is my bedroom, and the condo that I live in, I rent, and it's very small. So I'm just telling you a little bit about me so I can tell you what I would like to say today because most people do not take 2 seconds to listen to a smaller channel. Hello, hey, 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 hey. Preach, Lasha, preach. Okay, so this is actually a hallway closet, but I turned it into my uh, personal closet. Okay. It's so nice to have a washer and a dryer. I can't even tell you. I feel so blessed, so blessed. Oh, and to have a nice clean bathroom. And then I was able to take things that were important to me. And so this is sort of my area here. And the kitchen's a little strange. So I did the best with the kitchen. It goes right against the wall. So I can't show you my dining room set right now because I smoke marijuana for pain. And yeah, so like, I've got a grinder and I don't need to share that. And then this is the living room and this is the outside. This is the outside. Isn't it gorgeous? So I guess I can just tell you right here. Can you all hear me and see me? I can't see me, but I don't care. The reason, what do you pay for rent in your part of the world? Let's just say most of my paycheck goes to pay rent. And oh gosh, my brain goes a million miles a minute. So sometimes it takes me a while to get to my point. I need to do a video about the laws in Canada and the laws that stand with the Landlord and Tenant Act in Ontario because it's time for them to change. Because laws that served people 30 years ago do not serve people anymore. Like, for example, rent. It used to be a third of your money went to rent. Oops. This is actually a dining room set and it's too big for the kitchen. So I used my coffee. See, I've got my paraffin. I've got, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I don't, and I've got my credit cards out there and everything. Yeah, it's you're in Palm Beach. And but see, the American dollar is so much higher than the Canadian dollar, right? So the reason I came on here today and the reason they say that people who like subscribe to your channel, and I don't look at it that way. I look at it as though it's our community because this is a non-donation charity. So for instance, if you go back and I'm waiting for Trevor to do this video and he's the manager and moderator and he's 15 or 16 years old and he's phenomenal. I'm going to be 54 really soon. So I just wanted to share some experiences that you can all relate to, we can all relate to. And this opinion piece, which I don't do a lot of, because it's a non-donation charity, I dance because I have a hole in my knee and I'm proud of that. I started a petition on change.org. Okay, so my intent was to build a community, and I've already done 4 Amazon raffles. We've done $100 trivia giveaway for Meghan Markle, and T-Bird won and asked me to give it to Trevor. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I don't usually do commentaries. or commentaries or iterations. And everybody says, well, one person said that I didn't know what an iteration was, but I do. It's like academia. People used to want to know the truth, like back in the day. But now I realize back in the day, we were never told the truth. When I talk back in the day, I'm talking about when I was 10 years old in 1982 or whatever it was, right? And just laws that we have in the past, like medical malpractice, not being able to sue. Hello, honey, picks my hero academia. So I'm going to talk about an iteration on an iteration of an iteration. I tried it before, but I couldn't get to my point. So A, this is a non-donation charity. If you subscribe, you're paying it forward and you don't have to pay a cent because the proof is in the pudding. Look at my footage and look how much of my own contingency fund for starting this YouTube channel I used to try to help other people. But the weird thing that happened was other people wanted to help other people, and it was great. So oh, did you? Thank you so much, Honey Picks. Don't forget, I keep track of people that subscribe and comment, and people think that's weird, but it's not. Because when I do raffles, the only fair way to do it is to put everybody's name in the hat so you can see that your name going in the hat and that it's not quote unquote fixed because people don't trust each other anymore, and I don't blame people. So I keep names down. I used to keep it on a mirror, but now I have a book, and you're going to laugh at this. It says high voltage, and I found this at the dollar store about 9 months after I started this channel in December of 2024. Look at this. I am the disco. I am in the Taco Bell. Trevor made a fantastic opening. Okay, here's my point today. I think that the Me Too movement went a little too far. I used to watch Candace Owens, and I had no understanding of what she was talking about in terms of people that have been ARD or experienced DA or SA, okay? And Candace Owens is very, very stringent on her beliefs. And I thought to myself, she doesn't do it for shock value. She doesn't. She does it because it's the truth. And I've never heard or caught her in one lie, not one. Because when I first started to watch her, I didn't automatically trust her, to be honest with you. No, I'm going to sit here and lie to you. Like that would work. So this is my thing. I think the Me Too movement went too far. I think men and women are losing their roles in society. I think that it's great that people have Andrew Tate to look up to in some ways. It's nice to meet you, Honeybee. Thank you for stopping by. And hey, um, Win WHY, you can come watch the video afterwards. And I'm going to start a new playlist called Lasha Knows Best. Get it? So I'm going to add that to that playlist. So anything that says Lasha knows best, it's a live where I think that I have something really important to say. Okay. So Maureen Callahan watched Bill Maher's editorial, and I watched it today with my friend and neighbor, and we're newly acquainted. We watched it together. And what he was saying was with the Diddy trial is that nowadays There's so much information out there, whether you're experience addiction issues, overeating, undereating, over exercising, under exercising, over talking, not saying anything, being complicit, being a troublemaker. And I will never unsubscribe to Maureen, and I will never unsubscribe to Bill Maher because I agree with both of them. But just because people have different opinions, why do people have to squawk about it and get angry at each other and dislike each other because of it? It's ridiculous. We are in 2025 and we should have evolved into people that understand and do the right thing. And if we know there's sycophants or vampires around us, to leave. Like, for example, my leg, the only thing that'll ever give me peace is to face the surgeon that did this face to face. You didn't do it. And there's a difference between victimhood that I agree with Bill Maher. It's a two-way street. It's not a one-way street. If you're in a relationship, you cannot blame your partner for everything. That is ignorance, you see. And I think what Bill was trying to say in that short editorial was that young women take a look and don't let it happen anymore. Because, in my opinion, if we look at ourselves and we look at the way we feel we've been treated through the lens in which we see, we need to take responsibility for ourselves. There are things that happen to us in life that we can't control. I can't control what this surgeon did to me, but I can certainly try to make peace with it. And I can certainly try to take that negative energy and anxiety and, push it to a positive place. Any feedback I've received on this channel that felt insulting to me was part true. That's why I was insulted because, and it was something about that I talk too much and don't follow through. And that's the truth. I have trouble with that. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. Now, procrastination is nothing but years and years and years of trauma. Trauma comes out in many forms, but you can heal yourself by yourself. I did, and I'm 54 so soon. And if I could come to the conclusions that I have, knowing my past, my maturity level, the arrested development I went through, the anxiety I went through to the point where I would literally scream into my phone and delete it to get out the rage that I felt, which stemmed from hurt, lack of acknowledgement, etc. So, if you find yourself in a negative situation, get through it. But what Maureen is doing is she said, I'm going to take this editorial and rip it bone to bone like a carcass on a road or something like that. She sure has a way with words. And I understand why some women would be offended. And I understand why some women don't. But she said, he's here to tell us. But then Maureen was there to tell us. I'm here to say there are different opinions all over the place. And just because somebody has a different opinion than you don't need to take somebody to the woodshed. That's it, that's all. Had fun, had a ball. It was good while it lasted. But now we're past it, sure it was sweet. And I was swept off my feet. Would I visit abuse again? Nah, that's what he was trying to say. Okay. But her theme, The Nerve, and calling her viewers troublemakers, is very catchy. So, high voltage, RAPS, mine was a mission statement to welcome, respect aspects of all people's societies. But you know what we're going to start to do from now on? We are going to unravel what is going on with these people we call the elite and how this channel, I hate to say this, don't be a coward to speak your mind because some people are. You know, when I started the change.org, there were four people that reached out that had the same situations with medical malpractice. I've met many people, when I say many, four, where people have lost their lives because of surgeons' errors. And when they don't say anything about making an error, read what a doctor's oath in Canada is, and a 2-year statutory of limitations to sue is wrong. But think about his decision. His decision led to my human rights. Hello, Solar Tree. Nice to see you. Being violated. I didn't have a choice in this, but I have a choice who I spend time with, who I share with. And don't forget, predators can smell vulnerability. When you're vulnerable, you're not aware. Stay aware. Was that some good preaching? Solar Tree, thank you for coming back. And for those of you, thank you for subbing and liking. It's so nice. And I'll tell you, this community, birds of a feather do flock together. Kindest people on here. Kawar sent me, um, really? I don't under what do you mean, Solar Tree? If you ever want to email me privately, I do not share anything with anybody. I'll give you an example of how good I am at not exposing people's anonymity. I had a very good friend who is married to, okay, so A was married to B, okay, and then C and D were married, and then myself and my boyfriend weren't. But my best friend's husband's friend hit on me one night, and I said, "Go home to your children. You're drunk. I'm not. I'm not interested. I'm flattered, but go home." And he did. 2 years later, I get a call from my friend. "Boy, you know how to keep a secret." Uh, I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then she said, "You didn't tell me that so and so hit on you. And he told so and she said, well, thank goodness it wasn't Lasha." And they broke up over it. Why bring it up? Nothing happened. It was pointless. So I was criticized because I believe in confidentiality. That's ridiculous. You know, I'm so stubborn that I was like, sorry, I get a really itchy back and I have to scratch it with the knife. Don't ask me why. And then everybody says, "Why do you have scratch marks on your back, Lasha?" Oh, whatever. And I'm just here to say that, the reason I understand the Diddy women and I don't is because you know what? Virginia Giuffre gave me the confidence to come out and talk about this. I've experienced anything that you ever fear could happen to you has happened. A lot of it. Hi, Trev. This is Trevor, everybody. He's the manager and the moderator of this channel. So I just wanted to say, and Trevor knows me so well, that we're going live tonight, Trevor, at 8 o'clock when people are home, so we can talk about Trevor's infinite horizons. And Trevor, you've got to put up that song of me smoking. What is it? Wait. How did it go? Um, because I used to smoke a lot of marijuana because of the pain in my leg. And then Trevor will imitate me talking about my leg all the time. But now I'm starting to get over it. So, and you know how I got over it? I started this YouTube channel in 2022. It was March the 23rd of 2022. I started Lasha Rajenko. And then when we moved to Concord, I started L&L Soul Sisters. And then I moved back to Consiglia and I met Trevor, Smoking Robin. Okay. All right. Wait a minute. Water. Look, I'm drinking water, Trevor. I don't have any marijuana. Okay. Because I want to start singing again. Okay. She rocks in the treetop all day long, smoking marijuana, singing this song. Up in the trees with the little birdies, laughter smoking every time she can see. Smoking Robin, tweet, tweet, smoke. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, smoke. You know, rockin' Robin, Lasha seizes the marijuana all day long. Anyways, what I'm trying to say at the end of the day, we make our choices. And I've experienced so many weirdly things that are like really weird. Okay, solar trees. So maybe I should write a book that I don't know how I survived it and I'm not a horrible person. Just because you're abused, it doesn't mean you have to become an abuser. I became a people pleaser. I just had a subconscious thought come to consciousness. And if Oprah, I want to put together a video of Oprah going, what, 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 what? Even when she influenced, interviewed Lance Armstrong because he blood doped. Who cares? The FDA go after Lance Armstrong because of bike races? What a bunch of idiots. What a waste of tax dollar time. He saved hundreds and thousands of lives. And it was almost like he got himself into this lie and he couldn't get out of it. And also, when you're pumped up on steroids and blood transfusions, it changes your behavior because you think you're invincible. So, oh, and due to popular demand, random citizen Eric, Charlie, my friend Mr. X, Henry, Divine, Moon Dancer, I'll never share your name. Chaos hasn't shown up yet. I don't know why, but in the meantime, after I get off this live, Trevor, call me at 8 o'clock because after I get off this live, I'm making a video called The Happiest Man on Earth. And it's about true survivorship because as I shared, victimhood and two-way relationships are so different. And if people choose to freak off after people have gone through stuff like this, sometimes I questions people's, if anybody through all of the abuse I went through, if if I wanted to be a starlet and I wanted to be a singer and a dancer ever since I was a little kid. And now on YouTube, I get to express that part of myself, and it's so much fun. And it's because of all of you. I'm not saying I don't have empathy for the women, but they wanted something from Sean Combs, and I know what it's like. When you grow up in an environment when the people you're supposed to trust, you can't trust, and I look back at what happened in my childhood ever since March the 13th happened. I never had anything to be ashamed of in terms of their rejection because my family's rejection was a mirror image of all of the lies and guilt on them because nobody intervened. And the story I told about the cat, that was me. I was just ashamed to say it, but I have nothing to be ashamed of. When things are done to you, that's a violation. When it's a two-way street, it gets very complicated because often predators will find vulnerable people and vulnerable women will go to men that are like their fathers or their mothers. At any rate, I will call you before. Sarah, where are you? Yeah? Okay, Trev. Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody who joined me today, took the time out of your life. And Trevor and I are going to be planning our next raffle very, very soon. Okay. So God bless all of you. And I'll talk to you soon. And thanks for joining in and participating.